want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy. She said, were you intimate with Tory Lanez? And she said, what? And then it was like, no. I was like, she lying. At that point, I knew she's lying. There wouldn't be no reason for me to be around each other.
Yo, 50 Cent just dropped some bombshell receipts claiming Jay-Z might be the one behind Tory Lanez getting stabbed in prison. Yeah, for real. This whole situation's getting wild. In case you missed it, Tory was stabbed 14 times behind bars just a couple days ago. Dude nearly didn't make it. At first, folks thought it was just some random prison fight that spun out of control. But now, 50's coming in hot, saying Jay-Z allegedly set this whole thing up to protect Megan Thee Stallion's name and keep her image clean. Here's where it gets even messier. New info just popped up that's making people question if Tory was actually guilty of shooting Megan in the first place. There's talk that he might have been convicted without solid evidence. So if that's true, and Jay-Z really had something to do with this stabbing, man, that's next level shady. This drama is spiraling out of control again. Every time it starts to cool off, something insane happens. Like this stabbing, Tory's case, and the whole Megan situation just won't stay buried. Now it's not just about a courtroom drama anymore, it's getting real dangerous. Reports say Tory was stabbed in the prison yard at California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi on Monday morning. The attack was brutal. Dude had to be rushed out by ambulance. Multiple sources, including someone from law enforcement, confirmed the stabbing was serious enough that he had to be transferred to a civilian hospital out in Bakersfield. And get this, Tory was attacked inside a housing unit, not even out in the open yard like some brawl. It all went down around 7:20 a.m. and prison staff jumped in fast to give medical aid. They didn't waste a second. They called 911 and got him sent straight to an outside hospital for emergency treatment. A motive still hasn't been locked down, but rumors are spinning like crazy, and with 50 Cent throwing Jay-Z's name in the mix, this ain't gonna stay quiet for long. Tory Lanez's team just dropped a jaw-dropping update on Instagram, and it's even worse than what we first heard. They say Tory was stabbed 17 times. Yeah, 17. He got hit 7 times in the back, 4 times in the torso, once in the back of his head, and even took one to the face on the left side. It was so bad. Both of his lungs collapsed. He had to be put on a breathing machine just to stay alive. But somehow he's now breathing on his own. He's still in serious pain, but he's talking normally and staying positive. His team says he's in good spirits and super grateful to God for making it through. He also gave a big thank you to everyone who's been praying for him and sending love while he's healing up. And even with all that, some people online are showing zero sympathy. A bunch of folks are still stuck on the Megan Thee Stallion situation and say this is just karma. One person on Twitter posted, "People feeling sorry for Tory Lanez is so funny. Just know that him being stabbed does not compare to him shooting Megan. She could have lost her life that night. I don't feel bad at all for that creature." But 50 Cent, he's not buying that this was just some random jail fight. According to him, this was a setup, a hit job. He's claiming this wasn't just some wild inmate acting out. It was a calculated move. And now here's where it gets even darker. The guy who stabbed Tory has been ID'd as Santino Casio. And trust, it's not looking good. This dude's in for some seriously evil stuff. Reports say he's already serving life in prison with a slim shot at parole. So if 50's right and this was a planned hit, somebody wanted Tory gone, for real. Santino Casio, 42, is now under serious investigation after allegedly attacking Tory Lanez inside a housing unit at California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. And this dude, he's no rookie to crime. His rap sheet stacked sky high, going all the way back to 2004. That's when he was hit with a life sentence with the chance of parole for second-degree murder, attempted first-degree assault, using a deadly weapon and causing major bodily harm. With a record like that and nothing but time on his hands, it wouldn't take much to push him into doing something violent again, especially if there's incentive. Tory was lucky, real lucky. The hit didn't go as planned. Yeah, he got messed up bad, but he lived through it. But here's the real question. Why now? The case is done, right? Tory's appeal got denied. So why would someone like Jay-Z allegedly want him taken out after all the legal smoke had cleared? Well, word on the street is that he's trying to shield Megan from new evidence that just came to light, stuff that could seriously shake the whole case and possibly embarrass her in a major way. Let's rewind to the night of the shooting. In that SUV, there were 4 people. Tory, Megan, Megan's best friend Kelsey, and a bodyguard. Now during the trial, that same bodyguard mysteriously disappeared, just vanished, couldn't be found to testify. But now, seems like guilt might have caught up with him because he's back and dropping major claims. According to TMZ, Tory's lawyers are saying that the bodyguard, his name is Bradley James, overheard Kelsey straight up admit that she was the one who fired the gun. Allegedly, James heard Kelsey confess to pulling the trigger 3 times and that Tory actually tried to stop her. He supposedly grabbed her arm, causing the gun to fire 2 more accidental rounds after that. If this is true and the bodyguard's story holds up, that changes everything. And if Megan's whole image starts to crack because of it, that could explain why someone powerful might want this story buried permanently. Now here's where it gets even crazier. During the trial, an eyewitness named Sean Kelly actually testified that he saw 2 women going at it before anyone stepped in to break it up. And guess what? That lines up almost perfectly with this new evidence that just came out. So this isn't just some random claim, there's real testimony backing it up. But wait, the drama doesn't stop there. More and more people are now speaking out, saying Tory didn't get a fair shot in court. Gianno Caldwell, a contributor for the New York Post, came out swinging. He's blaming former LA County DA George Gascon for railroading Tory during the trial. Caldwell says the DA used gun enhancement charges in a shady way to make Tory look like some violent menace. And political strategist Diane Bloom is out here throwing even more gas on the fire. She's backing up the claims that something was off with the whole Megan situation. Diane even compared Tory's case to the Menendez brothers, who, even after admitting to killing their own parents, are now possibly getting released. Her point? If they're getting another look, why not Tory? She also pointed out something wild. No forensic evidence linked Tory to the weapon that shot Megan. None. Experts allegedly found only a 0.001% chance that his DNA was on the gun. That's basically 0. So how did he get locked up off that? Now 50 Cent is turning up the volume saying this whole thing smells like a setup. He's not buying for 1 second that Tory's prison stabbing was just bad luck. Think about it. How does someone get attacked in prison just hours before new evidence drops that could possibly clear their name? Sounds way too convenient, right? But let's be clear. No one's saying Megan made it all up or planned anything. She was walking away from the SUV when she got hit, and she was in the middle of a heated argument with Tory. In that kind of chaos, she probably truly believed he was the one behind it. Still, with all this new info, the truth might be way messier than anyone thought. Given how close Megan and Kelsey were, it kind of makes sense that Megan would believe Tory was the one who shot her. I mean, they were besties for years. Why would she ever think her own friend could turn on her like that? Plus, it's important to note, Megan didn't actually press charges against Tory herself. The charges came from the state, not her. Right after it happened, she didn't even tell police who shot her. She told them she stepped on broken glass when they first arrived at the scene, but everything flipped when Tory and his team allegedly started pushing false stories about her. That seemed to be the breaking point. Megan finally hit her limit and aired it all out on Instagram Live.
Worry about it. Yes, this Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie?
Just laid her truth out for the world to see. After that, the whole situation exploded. Rumors started flying that Jay-Z allegedly got involved behind the scenes, using his power to sway the case in Megan's favor. Why? Because Megan was signed to Roc Nation. And if things went sideways, it could have damaged the brand. Tory even claimed someone from Roc Nation threatened him, telling him to stay quiet and not speak on the situation at all.
2 days after that, I get a call from Roc Nation that says, yo, we heard you're gonna make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement.
But Tory wasn't staying quiet. No way. He kept denying he ever shot Megan and gave his own wild version of events. According to him, it all went downhill when Kelsey, who he was supposedly dating at the time, found out he'd also been secretly hooking up with Megan. Tory claims Megan knew the whole time he and Kelsey had something going on, but when Kelsey found out about the secret fling, she was way more upset with Megan than with him. And that's when everything spiraled. He said the car ride turned into a screaming match, and that massive fight ended with Megan getting shot. But let's be real, Megan's fans weren't having it. That version of the story just didn't sit right with a lot of people. They weren't about to let Tory flip the script without backlash. Once this drama hit social media, all hell broke loose. People were instantly picking sides, arguing nonstop over who was telling the real story. Tory's version and Megan's version were total opposites, and it only made things messier by the minute. Then Tory hopped on Twitter and dropped this wild tweet. "Good deeds had me messing with two best friends and I got caught. That's what I apologize for. It's sick how you spun it though." Like, seriously? That only added fuel to an already blazing fire? After Megan publicly said that Tory was the one who shot her, the situation exploded. Tory got arrested, but he didn't stay locked up for long. He got released on $350,000 bail. As part of the deal, he wasn't allowed to speak on the case at all and had to stay far away from Megan. Court orders were crystal clear. But here's the twisted part. Before they even got to trial, Megan started catching crazy heat. People online turned on her fast. The hate was loud, vicious, and constant. She was being called a liar, accused of trying to destroy Tory's career, and dragged every time she showed her face. And it wasn't just random trolls. Some of it came from inside the industry too. Even big-name artists like Drake threw shade. He dropped a bar in a track that hinted Megan was faking everything, and fans ran wild with it. Social media wasn't giving her a break. Megan later opened up in an emotional interview saying, "In some kind of way, I became the villain. I don't know if people don't take it seriously because I seem strong." She explained how she was trying to hold it together every single day, but didn't want to cry in front of people. "I don't want them to know that I feel like this because I don't want them to feel like, oh, I got you, I'm breaking you." But make no mistake, Megan was clear on one thing. She wanted justice. She straight up said, "I want him to go to jail." The whole thing, just pure chaos. And the scars from it all still haven't healed. By the time the trial kicked off in December 2022, the whole situation was already a hot mess. Even though it wasn't televised, it had all the drama of a full-blown soap opera. Tory's legal team came at Megan hard, and they weren't holding back. In fact, it didn't even feel like they were trying to prove Tory's innocence. It looked more like they were on a mission to tear Megan down. Her personal life got picked apart in court, no cameras needed. Private details were flying around like confetti, and somehow the public still got a front row seat to the chaos. Tory's defense went all in, painting Megan as bitter and jealous over whatever was going on between him and Kelsey. They tried flipping the narrative, acting like she was the one who started it all, and they didn't stop there. Tory's team started throwing dirt on Megan's name, dragging her through the mud with claims about her dating multiple men in the industry. It was clear they were trying to shame her and ruin her image, not just win a case. One of their biggest moves, bringing Kelsey in as a key witness. Megan and Kelsey used to be tight, like ride or die type close, but that friendship crumbled after the shooting. So when Kelsey took the stand, folks were waiting to see whose side she was really on. Kelsey ended up dropping a few bombshells of her own. She said that Kylie Jenner had only invited her and Megan to the party that night, and it was actually Megan who invited Tory to tag along.
We had to come kill the streets for 5 minutes.
You
said what?
gotta shut down the music, the PD just came right now.
Okay.
One good shot that he's talking about.
Tory, don't get my phone wet.
That little detail added even more confusion to an already tangled story. Still, at the end of the day, none of it was enough to save Tory. He was found guilty, and that's when things got even wilder. Outside the courthouse, Tory's dad went off in a full-blown rant, shouting that Jay-Z and Roc Nation had their hands all over the case. He accused them of using their power to bribe the jury and twist the outcome.
Just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Tarr and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before. They met
with our witness.
The accusations were loud, emotional, and caught on camera. Just another layer in this never-ending storm of drama. Tory's dad didn't just speak his mind. He went off. He took things to another level, straight up accusing Jay-Z of having a hand in getting his son convicted. According to him, Jay-Z wasn't just watching from the sidelines. He was pulling strings the entire time to make sure Tory went down. But he didn't stop there. Tory's dad also accused Jay-Z of buying off a key witness, Sean Kelly. He claimed that after Sean had a meeting with people from Rock Nation, his whole vibe switched up. Sean had originally given testimony that actually helped Tory's side, but then his energy changed and suddenly he wasn't saying the same things in court. Tory's dad is convinced Sean was either influenced or straight up paid off. It was a bold accusation, and it only added more fire to an already explosive situation. According to Tory's camp, this wasn't just a regular court case, it was a power move happening behind closed doors. They believe Jay-Z and Rock Nation were working the background, controlling the narrative, and making sure the outcome landed exactly how they wanted it.
Only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Tarr and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before. They met on Saturday.
With our witness.
Tory ended up getting slapped with a 10-year sentence, but even after that, his dad refused to back down. He still claims that Jay-Z was the mastermind behind everything, allegedly doing all this to protect Megan Thee Stallion, one of Rock Nation's biggest stars. Tory's dad believes Jay was just trying to protect his investment, since Megan's success means major money for the label. And here's another twist. Jay-Z reportedly tried to sign Tory in the past, but Tory wasn't having it. He famously turned the offer down and said he'd never sell his soul. That refusal, some folks think it might have played a part in why things went left so fast. Whether it's truth or just deep-rooted suspicion, Tory's family clearly believes this whole situation was never about justice. It was about power, control, and protecting the bag. If you know even a little about how the music industry really works, you can read between the lines here. Tory's dad is convinced that when Tory rejected Jay-Z's offer to sign with Rock Nation, it hit a nerve. He believes Jay-Z took that no personally and held a grudge that kicked off everything that followed. And guess what? 50 Cent seems to believe the exact same thing. 50's been hinting that Jay-Z didn't just want Tory out of the way. He might have tried to get rid of him for good. That's a heavy claim, but not shocking coming from 50, who's been accusing Jay of shady moves for years. He once called Jay out for having a God complex, saying he thinks he's effing Jesus. This Jehovah says, I'm just watching him. He said something one time, I don't like those little things, subliminal things. For me, that's the punk way to do things. So, yeah, the tension between them runs deep, and it's not just about Tory. 50's made it clear he doesn't trust how Jay-Z moves in this game. Meanwhile, Megan isn't staying silent either. She currently has a restraining order against Tory, and her legal team says that even behind bars, he's still been messing with her. Last year, her lawyers came forward claiming Tory was bullying and harassing Megan from prison, using bloggers and third parties to attack her name online. One blogger in particular, Elizabeth Milagro Cooper, got called out by name. According to the legal docs, Tory's team allegedly paid her to push out false info and wild stories about Megan and the criminal trial. The claims got so bad that Megan filed a civil lawsuit against Cooper, officially titled Megan Pete versus Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, and it's currently pending in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida. This just shows This drama isn't just about a shooting anymore. It's evolved into a full-on industry war with lawsuits, secret power plays, and big names clashing behind the scenes. The legal docs laid it out plain. Ms. Cooper serves as Mr. Peterson's puppet and mouthpiece. Yeah, they really said that. Megan's team claimed Tory used blogger Milagro Cooper to push his own narrative and attack Megan publicly, all while sitting behind bars, and to back it up, they even included a copy of Tory's tweet calling Milagro Grams the realist, and that tweet was filed as Exhibit 2. But that's not even the wildest part. A former close friend of Cooper known as King Noir came forward spilling serious tea. He straight up said Milagro was working with Tory to drag Megan's name through the mud. His comments were detailed in a published article. Yup, also attached as Exhibit 3 in the complaint. King Noir even confirmed that Milagro can't stand Megan and that she stays in contact with Tory's dad to leak insider info to the press. And not just gossip, stuff coming directly from Tory himself. So it's not just some rumor mill. This is all documented and in court records now. With all this back and forth, it's clear this case isn't done yet. There's talk it could head back to court, and if that happens, you better believe that restraining order will come into play again. So what happens when Megan and Tory are forced to face each other legally again? That's the next chapter we might be looking at. And yo, if you made it this far, you already know what to do. Smash that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on, and what do you think is going to happen next? Hit share so everyone sees this madness. And of course, subscribe to stay locked in, because this drama is far from over. Catch y'all in the next one.